Welcome to Channel AMAC, your insight to the Australian visa system. Good day everyone, my name is Carl Young, your online YouTube visa consultant. Are you interested to migrate to Australia? Why don't you consider to subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell on the side, so once we have all the updates and news, you'll be the first one getting all the insight. Now first of all, I wanted to say Merry Christmas 2023. We are so far about the end of the 2023 and moving towards 2024. And today's video, I would like to give you some updates in regards numbers of news came out I think last Thursday or last Friday, which I think everybody's on holiday anyway, but I'm committed to get you updated information. And should you really subscribe to our channel, you get more updates in the coming year, especially in 2024. We believe there's going to be a lot of changes coming up as usual. Now first of all, I wanted to draw your attention to the subclass 476. Now, what is subclass 476? Well, it's called the skill recognized graduate visa, which is really very limited in use. I thought they were gonna just cancel the whole visa, but it's due to a diplomatic relationship that the Australian government is committed to numbers of different countries. I'll take you through the list of university and the degrees that if you have completed in such degree in such university and in such country, then you will be able to actually lodge for the skill recognized graduate visa. Now, first of all, they are capping it instead of cutting it all out, because cutting it all out will mean perhaps I think will be a lot of diplomatic stuff required to be done there. So instead of going diplomatic way, they are capping it. So let's have a read. It's tiny words here, but I'll read them out for you. This document is about how many skilled graduate visa can be given in Australia for a specific year. The Australian government decided on the maximum number, which is capping it, at 3,735 visas, which is, I have really rarely seen people holding such visa, but as one of the control, and of course the Australian government wanted to let the public feel that they are doing something to resolve the influx, the large amount of influx of visitor or migrant coming to Australia, and in order to resolve the so-called housing crisis, despite there's not much of natural disasters in Australia. They can build houses quite quickly by the government, but they're just not quick enough. Who knows why? Okay, when this visa are given, the government won't consider any more application. This decision affects specific visa, so-called subclass 476, skilled recognized graduate visa, and the type of visa originally made to support mining and mineral sector by attracting engineer graduate. I don't know when that was done, but I haven't seen any of the 476 visa holders going into mining or mineral sector at all since I start practicing. Now, what is 476 visa? Let's have a look. It's again so-called skill recognized graduate. Now, how do you actually get this? You can see here, have engineering qualification in specific education institution, and also in specific countries. So you can actually be a bachelor, master, doctoral, or post-grad diploma, and the qualification must be engineering discipline in civil, structural, chemical, environmental, electrical, electronic, mechanical, and mining and material engineer education institution. As you can see, you must be completing your qualification in a specific education institution. Any institution offering engineering qualification accredited by Washington Core is specific institution. If you have studied institution or college of this affiliated Washington Core specified institution, you will not satisfy this requirement. But anyway, here we are. This is the list. So it's not many people is going to be in this one, but let me just magnify that. But again, it's not going to be big enough for you to read if you're watching it the YouTube on your smartphone. So Argentina, Catholic University of Argentina, Brazil, Federal University of Minas Gerais. Okay, I'm not too sure if I pronounced it right. I think I pronounced it wrong. There are 4 other Chilean university. There's one in Finland, HUT Helsinki, and the five of them from Germany, 1 Hungary, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from India, 2 from Iran, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 university from China, 1 from Philippines, 1 from Poland and Slovakia, and Sweden and Tanzania, and that's it. That's the list of universities. So you got to graduate from these universities with a degree that's in engineering degree, and then you will be able. So you don't need to study in Australia, and you'll be able to apply for this 476 visa, provided it's capped at the number of 3,735. Now, there's the visa eligibility is only for validity is only for, I think, 1 year. Up to 18 months. Let's have a look. Up to 18 months, but it allows you to work and study. But you don't really get much of advantage of this. This is more of a way to encourage and a substitute so-called other countries are using work and holiday or working holiday visa. So the other way to go around it is getting those engineers over. But again, having this visa doesn't get you anywhere. You can come to Australia for up to 18 months. But really, if you wanted to skill migrate, this probably is not the way. But you can actually take it and have an experience in Australia. So that's the first news there. Now, secondly, it's about a ministerial directions. Now, obviously, we have learned they are prioritizing on the. There's a different way they prioritize student visa. Now they have more stuff on prioritizing the skill visa. Now let's have a look at what that is. It came out end of last week as well, and let me just magnify that a little bit more. So it's a ministerial direction, another ministerial direction, number 105. Okay, let's have a read and have a look at how that will actually support, despite there's going to be upcoming restrictions. Well, they're going to limit the number of skill migration anyway, but we'll see what happens. 2024 is going to be a mess from how I feel about it, because we thought the post-pandemic everything will go smooth and going back, and even more expansion, more opening. But the opening, it did have the opening, but it also caused a lot of problem. The main thing is the inflation. So the inflation drives the housing material costs, and then causing the a lot of builders and construction company went busted, and then the housing crisis, and plus the influx of increased numbers of migrants coming overseas has caused a lot of issues. And it's not just in Australia, I think it's worldwide phenomenon as well. So watch out for 2024. We don't know what will happen, but we'll keep you mostly updated. Okay, now ministerial direction number 105. A new ministerial directions prioritizing skill visa allocation came on effect on 15th of December 2023. Well, okay, to 15th, that's 10 days ago. But it wasn't until when? It wasn't until about late last week this is actually out. Okay, so as you can see, the legislative processing is it went into the parliament, processed it, agree, confirm. So I assume that it was coming effect. That means that's the date that they confirm everything on the 15th, and then they announced it late last week, but just before Christmas, and no one's talking about it because everybody's on holiday. Okay, the ministerial direction number 105 formalizes the Australian government support regional Australia through prioritizing processing. It builds on ongoing work and improve skill visa processing time. Now, bear in mind, this Ministerial Direction 105 is not even published on the immigration website. Don't know why. I can't find it. It's actually from the Migration Alliance. That's the Australian Migration Agency's industry body. But anyhow, let's have a read. Australian government is committed to provide world-leading immigration service. Well, hopefully world-leading. There's still a lot of backlog and delay. I don't think it's actually a world-leading immigration service for personal care. I think a lot of people may agree with me anyway. Okay, $48.1 million announced on 2023-24 budget. Continued effort to improve delivery visa program. Despite of the Labor government wanted to improve it better, they started good, but I don't think they are getting a a satisfactory result from the public. Okay, the new Ministerial Direction recognize a need of streamlined visa processing for business in regional Australia who are sponsoring skilled worker. It puts application and employment sponsoring corporation in regional Australia to the highest priority. So if you have a job in regional Australia and make sure the salary rate is above 70,000, there has been already a lot of regional employers calling out, say, look, we cannot commit to 7. Look, imagine a cafe restaurants in regional Australia, for example, in Darwin. Now, do they pay a manager or do they pay a chef or cook above 70,000 in Darwin? I don't know. If you're there or if you're in regional Australia, why don't you leave a comment right down below? What is the pay rate there? Whether or not the pay rate of 70,000 will actually work. And this applies for 482 visa, 186 visa, and a 494 visa. The few identified shortage are guaranteed to be in regional Australia. The new ministerial direction, and second point, the new ministerial direction will continue to prioritize the allocation of occupation in healthcare and education sector. That is great. There's no change of list of occupation in this sector will receive prioritizing process. Number 3, application. Let me move that up a little bit. Okay, so you can read that more. Okay, application from sponsor with accredited status. Now, usually sponsor with accredited status are the huge and the large corporations. Okay, so what about the small medium? Don't know. Okay, anyway, so the large corporation will have that priority. They will support government announcement of modernizing accredited sponsorship program, including startups that they have venture capital fundings. Well, that's gonna be okay. Again, although he talks about startup, but not a hospitality startups, because he has to connect it to a venture capital funding, a VC fund. That means it's got to be a research or an innovative tech some sort. Anyhow, all right. Point number 4: we're also no longer prioritizing offshore permanent visa application over onshore applications. What does that mean? Let's read that again. We are no longer prioritizing offshore permanent visa application over onshore. So that means either it's onshore or offshore, they are processed the same timeline. So there is no who gets better or who gets longer time. Okay, this support government commitment to provide pathway permanent residence, simplified process. Okay, now last but not least, priority in each category of eligible holder, Hong Kong national, British overseas, has been removed to provide further efficiency. So priority of the Hong Kong citizen application is removed. Okay, so that basically, if you're a Hong Kong citizen, either you are applying for the so-called skill visa, that's the 482 or the 494 186, you basically queue up in the same line as everybody else. Okay, so that's basically what it's talking about. So let's summarize on this Christmas day of 2023. There is the cap on 476 visa, provided there's not many people using it anyway, because it doesn't give you any advantage for future skill migration unless there's a confirmed employment and you can transfer into a 482 visa. But provided the 482 visa requires 2 years of full-time work experiences, that's post-qualification. So if you just graduate with those engineering courses of that list of the countries and you wanted to come to Australia, that means no experience, there is really no benefit at all. Now, secondly, is the prioritization of the employment sponsor visa. We can see that the Australian government is focusing on employment sponsored visa away from the traditional skill migration. It doesn't mean that skill migration is not going to be there. We have seen an invitation round just right before Christmas on 189 visa, but there's going to be more design, more policies coming up. So again, the key issue here is, although they are prioritizing on regional employment sponsored visa, but because of TISMI has been raised up to 70,000, I agree, 70,000 for the major city is fine. So Brisbane, Sydney, and Melbourne, no problem. But regional Australia, 70,000? Well, think again. If we're gonna get a cafe restaurant manager or a cook, for instance, in Cairns, in Darwin, in regional Western Australia, and regional South Australia, what about Tasmania? Does this restaurant, the hospitality group, or other type of other, business sectors pay that much? I don't know. Anyway, should you have more question, query, more than welcome to leave comment right down below. And I'll see you next video. Goodbye.